Hey, yo. What are you doing tonight? What are you doing tonight? It's date night. Let's have a date.
I'm getting revenge tonight.
Oh, somebody done did you wrong?
Somebody done did me wrong.
Somebody done did us wrong.
Has anybody done you wrong?
Has that ever happened to you? No. Everyone's just so kind and loving in this world. No one's ever taken advantage of you?
No, tonight we're going to talk about revenge, and that sounds just horrible, so let me soften the edges for you. What about when somebody hurts you emotionally? Or what if somebody hurts you financially? Somebody hurts you psychologically? And maybe worse, what if they hurt someone you love?
Or you physically?
Yeah.
Did you mention that one?
I don't know.
We'll throw in that in the mix. All the hurts.
Yeah, or they hurt someone that you feel protective of.
Yeah.
Intentionally, right? That adds a whole special spice to the stew. What if they intentionally do something to hurt you, devastate you, that changes your future, that hurts your financial bottom line, that keeps you from being able to be with the person that you love, that deprives your child of having something?
Wow. This is getting a little bit, I'm getting a little...
Yeah. So it's a really interesting topic if you saw last week's Trisbrina Show. And hello, Joe and Barbara.
We got Joe and Joanna, Hunana, and David.
And Bonnie.
Bonnie Clack is here.
And Radhika.
Radhika.
Welcome to the show. So we're talking about even Steven, getting even, an eye for an eye.
Yeah.
Revenge, and that juggle that we've been talking about. Because we actually have a situation that's pretty unbelievable. Like, it's so... The story, I'm trying not to judge, it's really messed up. Really messed up what this action is. That could make us feel like towards this situation. You guys... You are going down.
You're going down.
Your family's going down. Everything's going down. And dealing with that situation. And then other people are also victims of the same situation. We're victims of, and talking to everybody how they're handling their anger, how they're handling their hurt.
Their vengeance.
And although we all may be taking a similar actions towards recouping a loss or getting even or making the playing field fair, it's interesting to see the why behind all of it, which is what inspired the show for tonight.
Yeah, this is a big deal. It's not just the why, but
Debbie.
The who. Who are you being in the middle of all of this? So we'll unpack this for you and with you, and you are more than welcome to share with us along the way if you're joining us live. This is the Trisbrina Show, episode number blah, blah, blah. And totally awesome topic to be having a conversation around, especially for me, because maybe for all of us, but for me as a martial artist, I got into the art of fighting because I didn't like being bullied when I was a kid. Has anybody ever been bullied when you were a kid? It's a horrible feeling, right? And so you get picked on, especially if you're sensitive and shy, and how dare they, and you want to get them back. And so I started wanting to know how to fight back and defend myself, and that was one of the main reasons I got into martial arts, as well as I wanted to meet chicks. I thought I'd be pretty cool if I was a black belt. Anyway, as a artist of fighting, there were many lessons that I learned along the way. And one of them came from this beautiful teacher right up here. Let me just see if you guys can. I often reference... No, you can't see him. I'm going to go get him. Hang on. Right here. That is... I love showing this picture. This is the founder of Aikido, Mora Ueshiba. And one of the lessons that I learned from Aikido is that the moment you attack, you've already been defeated. Because you've stepped out of alignment with the chi, the ki. Aikido is about being in harmony with source energy, universal intelligence. So when you're attacking, he said, you've already lost. You've already been defeated.
And attacking does that mean if you've already punched the other guy, you've been defeated? Or does it mean if you were coming from a place of attack rather than protect, if you were coming from a place of stopping a situation? Because I've really thought about this a lot.
There's
because
two sides.
I totally misunderstood and felt like, oh, a good person is always the victim. They always take it. And later, someday when I'm in heaven, all of the people that got picked on will be glorified. And that's kind of a bunch of crap. It's a total misunderstanding of what I feel now. Because somewhere in the Bible, it says like, vengeance is mine, or something like that. Please don't get mad if I'm saying it wrong. Something like vengeance is mine. And for me, that's like, no one gets away with anything. There is a karma. And as a co-creator and as the hands of love, as the hands of God, as the hands of just an aligned human being, if I see someone torturing a child or an animal, I'm not going to walk by and say,
torturing anyone.
Someday in heaven I'll be rewarded and that victim will be rewarded. No, I will stop the person from hurting the innocent thing. But I'm stopping them from hurting the innocent thing rather than, I am so angry at you for doing what you're doing. I'm going to come from that. I'm basically going to bully you because you're bullying the child. And that's so subtle. So if I take a baseball bat and hit somebody so that they stop hurting a child, I can do that so they stop hurting the child as a protector. Or in that moment, I can actually be a bully. I can be in that same energy because it's the same hatred.
So we're talking about an energy here.
People wouldn't know sometimes from the outside where you're coming from. And that's sort of what's happening in the situation that we're in.
Hey, go like that. Perfect. That's what friends do. They tell you when you have extra lipstick on your teeth. Sorry to interrupt.
It's okay. Shall I continue? Or you
Please.
want to talk?
Bounce anytime you're ready.
Okay.
So the moment you attack, you've already been defeated because of where you were coming from. And think about it. When you're coming from anger or vengeance or hatred or poison, you're the one who's defeated. You just hurt you. Buddha says, I love this, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Right? So when we go after other people, when we're in that energy, that eye for an eye, right? Tooth for the tooth, and you're in that vibration, you just hurt you. You actually attract more of that same vibration. I know this is 101, but really, like, you got to catch it, because when you're hot and you're heated and you're pissed and how dare they, it's harder to remember these truths, isn't it? And they can be super subtle. Yep. You hurt me, I'm going to hurt you back. And you know how subtle it can be? I'm going to give them the cold shoulder. I'm going to just be kind of bitchy. I'm not going to be nice. Right?
Who does that?
I don't know. Maybe me. I don't know. You know, it's that egoic part of us that gets hurt. What do we want? What does the egoic piece want? I want to get them back. That's vengeance. That's revenge. So who are we being when we want to get them back? That's the question. Because like what Sabrina just said, if someone's hurting someone that we love or anyone, I feel that it's my calling to step in as a protector, as a provider, as a warrior of love, and protect is it the innocent? Yes. Is it the meek? I don't see anyone as meek. Is it a victim? That's in their experience. I will do my part to stop someone who is doing wrong action that is harming another. But where am I coming from? You see, when I used to teach...
And how long do you hold on to it?
Big time.
Do you just stop them and have it as a resolution, or are you thinking about it for the next 10 years?
Because I know some people who are part of something we're going through, and they're pissed on the regular, and they want these people to suffer, and they're really angry. And that's that drinking the poison and thinking it's going to hurt the other person. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It only hurts us. So this is a really interesting conversation, because it's not like you just sit back and always turn. We talked about turning the other cheek recently. somebody hurting my lady? You think I'm going to turn the other cheek? Oh, no, you didn't. You're going down. That's why we did the boxing gloves picture, if you saw that, and we said you're going down. If someone's hurting anybody in my sphere, I will bring you down, right? But here's the thing. Where am I coming from? Because I don't want to bring more of that vibration into my family. And I learned this as a bodyguard and a self-defense instructor. If I teach my students to be like that, nothing wrong with tapping into your anger and directing it into something constructive, positive, and conscious. It's an energy you can use. But if you soak in that vibration, you become just like the person that is doing the negative thing. You become the same vibration.
You see it in politics right now. We don't need to get into that conversation, but
no, thank you.
in the name of that person is bad, I'm going to do these horrible things to businesses, to other people. I'm going to set fires. It doesn't make any sense. None of it is conscious action. One unconscious action followed by another, it doesn't make it conscious. It's not like black plus black equals white. So in our situation, I'll actually tell you, go ahead.
Joe said, have you got the curling iron handy?
Oh,
from last week.
Oh yeah. If somebody hurts an animal, oh my gosh, we saw the cutest pictures of me today at 6 and 7 with my kitten, and I was just like, that's still me.
But think of the innocence of the kitten. You're the protector. See, Sabrina's always had this. She doesn't want to fight. She doesn't want to ever be like an aggressor or assertive in that way. But if you're going after an animal, a kitten, a puppy, her family, and I bet you guys feel this too, don't you? When that which you love, that which you protect, that lioness, that lion in you, doesn't it just pull up your spine and make you want to you'll do whatever it takes? But where is that energy coming from? See, even that's a slippery slope, because of course the survival instinct in us says, do the thing, protect the tribe, protect the pack, protect, the mate. And that okay, fine. But could you do it even from a place of true conscious connection? Because this is something that I've really tried to work on. If I hit you, I really want to be in love when I do it. Does that make sense? Like, if you have to do that thing, if I had to take somebody down, can I do it? And I practice this in breath, in flow, in meditation. And then could I help heal them after I stop the attack? Because to me, that's the most conscious, loving next step. I don't want to take a life, but I will protect a life. And I'll do whatever it takes. So I know that's like all fighty, martial artsy thing, but let's talk about a specific.
Yeah, Lars.
Let's talk. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I'm totally okay.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the situation that we're involved in, and I don't need to tell you all the details because there's so many, is that
it's been going on a while.
We invested in something, and it was with a person who had a very great reputation for being like a financial advisor and helping people invest in a variety of things, from real estate to something in Alaska, some kind of mines and oil and gas and gold and just all
They have a big
sorts
portfolio, so we chose the things that we felt aligned to.
And then this one opportunity came up, and it was presented to us, and the incredible thing about it was that they got insurance on it, and that it was you could not lose your initial investment, and you were guaranteed 10% a year. You were guaranteed 10% a year.
In writing, for documentation.
And meetings, and I'm not sure how many of us invested, but a decent number. Let's say at least 100. And I was so excited for the opportunity that we took our money that we had in the stock market, and I told my brother about it, because he could invest his 401k retirement in it that he's worked his whole life for. And my parents had a little tiny bit of money, and So we were like so excited. If we're just making 10% a year, it was in and out in 4 years. You were probably going to make 25 because it was such a shoe-in, but at least they bought the insurance and it was guaranteed. So things were good for about 6 months, and then we didn't get our dividends. And then there was lots of stories, and it all sounded, very fancy talk. And there's a website, and you can log in, and there's lots of staff, and everything's really legit.
Very professional.
But then they kind of stopped communicating with us. It's been 5 years, and I'm just going to cut to the chase, is that we got a call from the...
SEC.
What's it stand for?
The SEC. Somebody Google that real quick.
Say
it's like securities something.
Something like securities fraud, who's actually trying to report it to the FBI because they think that the two people, one of our friends and another person that we've had dinner with, may have been taking the profit, and it was insurance that, the whole thing's fallen apart, and we may lose basically Larry's entire retirement and most of what we had saved.
So go into the vibration of that for a minute. You could freak out, right?
And I talked my brother and my mom into it.
And so then you could go into massive guilt, I suppose, and feeling all kinds of anxiety. And, I work very hard. Sabrina works very hard. It's not like a little bit of money. It's a lot of money. It's enough money that most people would just freak out. But here's what we're doing, and the reason
and it was just like, no matter how much it is, when it's like most of everything you have.
People kill over this kind of money, right? They freak out and they
I know
crazy.
Where he lives.
So this is being brought up because of, at Satori method, everything's about what's the most clear, loving, conscious action we can take. Mm-hmm. And you can go into the vibration and the energy of wanting to bring other people down. I said to Sabrina today, we're both really intelligent, we're clever, we're strategic, we're some of the most driven, disciplined people we know. If we wanted to take all that energy and just go after something and bring it down, we could.
Yeah.
But what would that do to us? That would eat our souls up. Mm-hmm. That would eat our vibration up. That would completely mess up our alignment with love. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing, no amount of money that could replace that connection.
Yeah.
And let me go on just a little bit on this. You have to take 100% responsibility for everything that's going on in your life. Even if you don't want to do it, okay, but I do. I want to, because I could point that finger and I could say how wrong and how bad and all of that. And I would be right. Let's say that I'd be right. The SEC says I'm right. Yeah. Okay, that's the government agency, says we are right. But as soon as we go into that anger, and as soon as we go into that revenge mode or whatever mode, we're screwed, we're toast, and we are not in alignment with abundance consciousness, because money can be recreated. You can make more money, allow more money, attract more money, and I'm not going to mess that up, because this is a beautiful, benevolent, loving universe. If there's a lesson there that we need to learn about something, and of course there is, then I want to learn it. I'm a soul on a mission. I'm in soul school. I came here to learn that. If that's going to cost me $1 million, so be it. Because we can attract $1 million from another place. Will we take care of our family? Will we take care of your parents? Will we do our part?
And that's what we're doing right now, moving in together.
Yeah. We will step in and do the work.
To be just very honest, I felt devastated for a few months, sick to my stomach, constantly sick to my stomach, sleepless nights. What are we going to do? How are we going to do it? And then getting the phone calls from the government and asking for emails and them telling me, that they've probably done things with the funds that we can't ever get to them, but if they needed somebody to testify in front of a judge, since it's us, our parents, and a brother, like we're like the perfect people to talk
Your
about it.
Your poster child situation,
So,
poster family.
But I just want the money back. I don't care if there's a profit. I would like most of the money back. Like what I want gets less and less and less as the hope sort of diminishes. But then there's the thing, like these two men, there's a good chance they might spend the rest of their lives in jail, depending on how it goes, depending on what the charges are. But their lives are going to change from the lifestyle that they're used to having with their cars and their homes and their jets. Things will probably change for them.
And their yachts.
And they have children. So someone said to me yesterday, I lost my money, and that's my children's money. And I was going to do things for my kids that I can't do anymore because of the hundreds of thousands of dollars I lost when they told me it was guaranteed.
It's wrong action.
I want their children to suffer. I want them to suffer. I want their children to not have what my kids don't have. And I want them to feel the pain that I felt. I want them to feel the loss that I felt. I want them to feel the betrayal that I felt from them doing this when I testify for them to go to jail. And I totally understand that. I totally understand. But I know that when I feel those things, I'm creating hatred in myself. It isn't ever going to get to them. I'm giving myself an ulcer. I'm making myself sick. Come in. It's like Mr. Rogers, who's here to see us.
Is any of this bothering you?
Oh, look, it's Mr. Bentley. Come on in, Mr. Bentley.
Do you think Mr. Bentley's losing any sleep over this? Do you think he's worrying about it and wants revenge? I don't think so. Hey, look, there's another piece here. The universe is capable of bringing into your world that which is aligned to your vibration. So if you can have the faith, what have we been teaching lately? Hold the vision. Keep the faith. Allow for the magic. I know that even if it's not in this pool, this kitty, this thing, we're taken care of. Money easily flows into our life. Something else incredible will happen if we hold on to the vibration. And if we needed to course correct our vibration from any unconscious decisions that we made or lack of research, what have you, then let's learn that lesson. But let's never drop from this high vibration of unconditional love and understanding. Can I have compassion? Absolutely. Do I have any problem with people receiving the vibration equivalent that they deserve? No problem. But it's not my job.
Yeah.
That whole eye for an eye thing, that turn the other cheek is a beautiful thing. What that means to me is that the divine has got this. It's not my job. Yep. My job is for me to stay clean, high fly, vibration, and stay open to possibility and learn the lesson. I can do that. And I can talk about that, and I can teach that, and I can live that. I feel so good knowing that I didn't succumb to that shit.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
That's the warrior of love.
And it to be able to sit on that beautiful fine line that it's not that I don't want punishment for them, but then it's not that I do want punishment. I want to participate fully in the ways that I can. I want to provide the information that I have. I want to provide the memories that I have. I want to provide the documentation. I want to volunteer to testify. If they want to do a TV episode about it, I'd like to be in it. If there's somebody from a whistleblower show called one of the other investors, I'm like, hey, I'm all in. I'm all in to
protect
to
others.
stir the stew and to find out what's going on and to help find those funds and distribute it fairly to everyone. Yeah. We actually, with like 3 other people, hired our own attorneys before we knew that the government was already looking into them. So it's been it's so educational because it's so outside of my normal life. Like, I don't know about any of this stuff. I don't know about any of it.
But we know about love.
Yeah.
We know about karma. And we know about you're going to call back into this experience that which you're feeling and vibrating. These are people call tests. Okay.
No, I don't believe it.
I've been through harder things than dealing with this.
Yeah.
More relationship stuff with, not us, but, well, we've had our own stuff over the years, but...
Like what?
That's for another Trisbrina Show. You want your head to spin around 2 times? I've got a good one for you. No, but other like close friends feeling betrayal from a trusted friend is to me harder than this. But I have learned something in the last couple of years about myself and about, we'll say money, the energy of money. That is an unlimited resource. I know people don't believe that and may say like, oh, bullshit, whatever, Tristan, you only have limited. I don't believe that anymore. And I will tell you this, that as my belief changed, the level of money and wealth that flowed into our world changed. And when I focused more on serving other people and taking care of the ones I love, it flows even more.
Yeah.
That's the most, and here's another key. Be generous. Keep giving and loving and serving and caring for others. Like the universe just sees an open portal and goes, there's a place to share. And it doesn't matter how it's coming in. It will find a way because it's a perfect match. Yeah. It's the work. We got to do the work.
It's like with health. I can have all the health that I want. It doesn't mean that you get less. There's more than enough health for everyone. Just because maybe I have a lot of it doesn't mean you have less. And I think that's a misunderstanding that a lot of us have about prosperity. A lot of people think, oh, they have a lot, therefore I have less. And if you think that, then that's going to be what you have. But if you know that you can have all that you want, it doesn't take it from somebody else. There isn't this limited pie.
Yeah, there's not like a set amount of slices of pizza here. This is an unlimited pizza. So can we get something from this? That was the intention behind this today, is we've seen friends and others getting consumed by anger and by vengeance. And I've been there, and it's eaten me up. And it'll shorten your life, and it will not open the doors to that which you desire.
Thank you, Richard, for what you wrote.
It absolutely blocks the flow. As hard as it is, and I know it can be friggin' hard, like some of you are sharing, your retirement was taken, like, oh my gosh, guys, this is a crazy world. Some weird stuff happens. But can we own our vibration? Yes, we can do that. What's the most empowering thing you can do? Don't fall into the identity of victim. We're not a victim. We grow from every single situation. You can become so strong. Even if you're like, oh, I don't have the energy. Like, you do. You're an unlimited being. You're source, you're God force.
Yep.
Right? And there is not a limit.
Yep. So
I'm just staying open, and I know that it's not my job to hand the poison to. In my opinion, somebody who does things like that with intention, especially, they're already screwed. Why? Because they stepped out of the vibration and the alignment with love. Mm-hmm. You're drinking your own poison when you do that.
And you take the actions that you can, that are available, and then you let it go. That doesn't mean you let go of the possibility of, let's say, getting money back, or you let go of the possibility of health, or you let go of the possibility of that relationship working out, or you let go of the possibility of your child doing what you want them to do. But you take the actions that you can do, and then you let it go. You can put it in your box of worries and put it on the doorstep of love and say, you take it. And then you have that faith that we've been talking so much about, that moves from 99% to 100%. And when I'm in 100% faith, I cannot worry about it, because I have total faith that everything is going to work out exactly as it should be, and that I am receiving exactly what I need to experience the most love and joy in my life, and to keep evolving as a soul.
Beautiful.
Period.
That's so beautiful.
Period. Period. Like, maybe, and it doesn't really matter, but sometimes you can play these games like, well, if we had that money, then we wouldn't have created that course that helped all those people. Or, well, maybe if we had that, we would have. So you can do that, but basically you just have to say, I'm a lover, and I'm only going to take actions in love, and I will do everything I can do to make things right and make things good, and to protect and to be that loving protector. and then I'm going to move forward, because the now is moving forward. And every thought that I have about, yeah, gosh, I can't believe he did that. He said this and he did that, and they promised this is, how can they do this? It's so unfair. All these people, how does that help me right now? I've got to keep moving forward in the now. And in that moving in the now, maybe something can happen that unwinds this, but it's not going to happen by trying to go back there. It's only going to happen from that loving steps forward. What do you like? What do you want? You know, what makes you feel good? Talk about things that you love, not about the horrible things that have happened.
So all that to me, and I'm in 100% with Sabrina, but I'm going to tell you, as a warrior, there's a part of me that's like, I'm a fighter, and if you bring a fight to me, I'm going to have to do what I can do to, like, think about going to battle in court, right? Do you have the fortitude to show up, hold your ground, share the truth, and fight for what's right? There is a place for that. And I have no qualms about stepping into that warrior mode from love, though. Because if I do it from anger or fear, it crushes my energy. That's the beauty of the martial arts that I've loved. Aikido, it's not an attack. That energy's coming, I'm going to dance and allow flow to take place. But I'm not going to, like, stick my head in the sand and just go, well, I'm just going to trust the universe.
I'm a lover.
Namaste. It's all good. Screw that shit. No, I'm not doing that. Me personally, I'm not teaching that or saying that.
I think it's a cop-out.
If it's brought to you, do the thing. Step in. Be beautiful. Be bold. Be brave. Stand up for yourself. But don't do it from anger and fear. Right? That's the most important thing that I wanted to say about this whole thing, because I'm trusting universally that if I stay in flow and alignment, I'll generate, I'll create, I'll attract anything and everything that we need. But this particular lesson, I'm not turning my cheek and ignoring it. I'm leaning into it. I'm paying close attention. I have no problem hiring attorneys and doing all of that. It's just, where are you coming from? Right? That's the constant thing I'm asking. Where are you coming from, dude? Are you coming from alignment? Are you coming from do the right thing, take right action? Yeah. And only you can decide what that is based on how you feel. I feel good stepping up and being strong. It's called yang energy. It's the fire. That's still love, right? And there will be a time to just release, let go, flow, step aside. There's times to bow out. There are times to bow out. So it's a delicate, beautiful dance. But I really hope that this energy and this share and our story brings some insights to you and helps you crack the code on living consciously no matter what's going on.
And then there's this second little level that, so, you know, you have, like, we'll label them the bad guys, right? And then there's those of us that trusted and are in this situation. And those of us that trusted and are in this situation are having different experiences of being a victim, seeking justice through the legal system, being angry, wanting more those people to feel pain than money. And so the same thing goes for my feelings towards all of those people, is to not have judgments, to allow everyone to feel what they feel, to give everyone the privilege of feeling what they're feeling, to give everyone the space to have the experience that they're having, to share our insights, and to let everybody kind of just be where they are. It's not our job to change everybody else, to convince everybody else, to take that on. Our job is to continuing to love and to grow that. Almost like with the story, you know, I'm sure you won't know. Well, there's the fable. The guy, he, like, plays the little flute and he walks through the streets and
Piper.
And all the animals come.
What do you mean, sure I won't know? Go like that again. You got more. Very nice.
If only that was investment just growing on my teeth.
It is.
Like the Pied Piper, you just, like, sing your song, and those that love and are just mesmerized by that song, they come with you and they follow you. And you don't have to say like, hey, get in line. You should be following this. It's not our job to get anyone else to come from the place that we feel is right. So it's a huge opportunity. This is actually, it's hard to say this, but everything is a gift.
Thank you, Lauren. How sweet. You guys are the best. Lauren says, can we have a group function to align our spirits to see your money coming back to you?
Oh.
Thank you. And you know, is it our money? Okay, yes, we generated it, earned it, attracted it, did the work, and thank you. And feel free to just
for 30 years
see it right now. We could all see it. Maybe we'll do something like that. But energetically right now, just your appreciation for the lesson, your love of this tribe, this community is everything. Yeah. And these are lessons that, you know, are happening in our world, and we just said we want to share our lives, you know, with our friends, with our tribe, and try to find things that are relevant, that are real. You know, we can tell you how to meditate and do qigong and all that stuff. It's amazing. Those are the tools we use to stay aligned, but sometimes it's the stories and the inspiration that's the most powerful. So that's what we're trying to do here.
Yeah.
You know?
I can't even tell you how much I love this message that being a heart, David was saying, being a unicorn, being a lover, being a spiritual person, being someone whose priority in life is being aligned, who is constantly saying, you know, I want to know you more. I want to be more aligned. I want to be the most beautiful soul I can be. I want to serve. I want to be good. Is not a weak person. It's not somebody that gets stepped on. It isn't about letting you're not a victim. You are not small. You are not weak. You are a force to be reckoned with. And sometimes that may look forceful from the outside. From the outside, you can't tell where someone's coming from.
And that's everything. That's like the golden nugget. Where am I coming from?
Yep.
Right?
Nothing means anything except the meaning that you put on it. So you walk down the street, Joe, and the only thing you see is right as you're walking by, I have that hot curling iron, I'm sticking it up that guy's butt who's hurting that puppy. I might look like the jerk.
Perspective. Hey, we all have a certain amount of life force energy flowing through us. It's up to us what we do with it and how we direct it. The best thing is to direct it with consciousness. Of course, kindness, compassion, yes, unconditional love. But stay strong, stay connected to that force. It's a force, it's an empowering force. You got this. No matter what's coming, you can heal. You can heal relationships. You can heal the body. You can heal financial stuff like this. Everything is possible in love and light. And that's my final closing statement.
Yeah, one more thing. I just saw this visual in my head. Like there was this certain amount of money that you could say, this was my brother's, and this was my mother's, and this was ours, and this was our friends. But at this point, maybe that money, like water, has been evaporated.
Ah, I see where this is going.
And is back up in the clouds. So it's just a matter of letting it rain.
That's it. That's how I feel. It's coming back. It's just transitioning.
Let it rain. Let your love
that's it.
Rain down
That's totally
on
it.
me.
It's just in transition because that's your vibration. So don't worry about it. It's all going to be okay.
It rained, it evaporated, it's coming back. It's going to rain.
If you screw it up by getting all wonky and weird, then the rain, it can't happen. So get out of the way and let it rain.
Sometimes you can't get it out of, if it's already in that evaporated state,
a great
you can't
analogy.
Get it back from there.
That's it. I'm holding to that one. I see the rain. If you want to do that visualization for us and with us, just see it raining down. And let's rain it on the whole tribe. How about that?
Let's sing it.
Okay.
You remember?
Start it.
Let it rain.
Okay, let it rain.
Let it rain. Let it rain. Let your love rain down on me. Let it rain. Let it rain. Let it rain, rain, rain.
Okay?
One more time. Let it rain. See it. Let it rain. Let your love rain down on me. Let it rain. Let it rain. Let it rain, rain, rain.
There we are.
Ooh, Gustav, feel it.
Woo-cha! All right, thanks everybody for joining us. This is a really good session, and I like what Joni says. It's coming back with interest. Yes, the more love and light you pour into it, the more it can expand. That's the nature of this universe. All right.
And it's raining on you too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All the peoples that are part of this tribe and that are doing this vibrational thing, it's raining on all of us. So let the good flow in. Okay, date night. Bye-bye.